What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode, I think, 5. Is this 5, Russfactor?
Number 5.
Okay, and in the as you can see in the middle of the situation, we have. It is not fleshy pea. Don't get excited, but do get excited for the fact that it is Charlie Roberts. He is our very first musical guest that we are lucky enough to have in studio, right in here in Wichita, Kansas. Charlie, what is happening? How are you, sir?
Good, Corey.
Charlie and I and the Russfactor go way back. I think way back. So I think Charlie, let's see. So it was maybe 2001. Is that when I was sitting at my desk at an old radio station that I used to work at, Fly 92.7.
Got the radio voice going.
And there's this guy with long hair, not Charlie, walked into, he was about 6'5", 6'4", very tall gentleman, walks into our radio station and just throws this CD on my desk. I looked at him and I was like, "What is this hippie doing?"
Wasn't it just a CDR with some marker on it too?
Yeah, and it was black marker and it just said Surface. So Charlie's band is Surphace, Surphace. And that had to be about 2002, maybe 2001, maybe. What do you?
Yeah, I think it was 02.
Yep. 02. So here we are, 22 years later. Excuse me, I can't. Math is hard for me. And he has a whole bunch of songs. What, 2 full-length albums and 2 or 3 EPs? Is that what you would say you've got?
Something like that.
So, when that hippie came into my office and dropped off that CD, I thought I still had it. I was cleaning out all my stuff.
Somewhere because you pulled it out 4 years ago.
I showed it to you.
Yeah.
You found it?
Yeah, I had it.
Damn.
It's very similar. It had some name brand like Costco or Office Depot, and it just said Surface. Yeah. And he threw it on my desk. And I didn't know or realize at the time of how much of an impact that CD and those songs, those 12 songs that were on there would.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for a lack of better term, change my life. It was when I first listened to the very first song on the album is probably, we had this thing that was called Local Band Friday. Bring me your CDs. Very similar to what we're doing now. Bring me your CDs. Bring me your music. Bring me anything you can with your stuff on it. You must be an unsigned band, and we will get you airplay. And I popped that thing into the CD player, and I hear this, not that jam, this jam right here, maybe if I can get it to play. Oh, I'm playing a different song. I was trying to play, here we go. I'm going to get it, I promise. Maybe this right here. I hear this guitar, and I'm like, ah.
Is this new U2?
And I hear this, and everybody knows I have the golden ear. I have it. I mean, very few people are blessed with the golden ear. I am blessed with the golden ear. It takes me 3 or 4 notes to know that a song is going to be a hit. This was it. And you were what? 17 or 18?
Yeah.
When you
probably both those.
I think you and I are the same age.
17 into 18.
When did you?
I mean, yeah, I think it was senior year of high school. So
you grew up in
we might have started recording all that stuff at 17.
So you grew up in a small town just outside of Wichita, and you know this first album is like a diary of basically what you were going through.
I reckon.
And there's some, like later on down in the road, you're talking about growing up in a small town and what's going on in your small town, and shout outs to the Silver Grill. Is the Silver Grill still around?
No, it's long gone.
It's very interesting to have heard this. And immediately, I think this was on like a Wednesday, that Friday morning, I think I played probably 5 or 6 of the songs that were on that album.
Yeah.
And you guys hadn't pressed the album yet. That's how I got the CDR. Maybe he did. He just didn't want to give one of the good copies away.
I think we were waiting on him.
These fucking radio assholes are just going to throw this away.
I do remember, though, I don't know, because we were listening to the station, I think, and I don't know if I was working or whatever, but I think maybe Jarrett heard that they were playing something. I first heard Sandy at night or something, like she's talking shit on the band or something, because they didn't know who it was.
Checks out.
And she was just talking shit, so somebody would hopefully call in to tell them, hey, that's me. And I did. And yeah, I was like, "Hey, why are you so? Why you so shit?
Why you so mad, lady?"
And she's like, "No, yeah, we're just trying to figure out who the hell made this."
It was just
Right.
bait.
Like, oh, it's
yeah.
me. And like, well, we want you to come in, or whatever. I don't know. I met you guys.
Right, because your boy that dropped it off did not leave any contact information, did not tell me how to get a hold of you.
Well, dude, I think I was like, they're not gonna play it. I don't know. I mean, I think we were really surprised. I mean, we obviously didn't really know what we had. Maybe, I don't know.
It was and still is gold.
Yeah.
It's the city of Wichita and surrounding areas really took to it because it was so good. Russ, how many CDs do you think we got?
Oh my God. I had some of them for the longest time. Like, we were getting like 9, 10, 11 CDs a week. And then when we would go to shows, other bands that were at those shows knew we were going to be there. Here's my CD. They were just giving them to whoever DJ was out there. Like, dudes like Paul weren't bringing those back to the studio.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
Like, we were just getting mountains of CDs. Like, I remember the desk with the metal panel out in the office. Pretty much all lined up on the inside was just stacks
local
and stacks
bands.
of local band CDs.
And out of 10, how many would you say were even radio play worthy?
Like 4. I was trying to think of who else we even played.
You're way too high.
What was that other band that people like? King Me. That was like the only other one I can fucking remember.
Yeah, well, they had good. There was the brothers. Shaft was good.
Yep.
They were just good. I didn't care what the music was necessarily. I was more along the lines of, can I play this on the radio? Does it sound good? And we'll let the masses decide. And I instantly put this on, and I think I played all the way, like 4 songs in a row. I played that were from the album. The first 4 songs, then would go in between and say everybody. And out of all of the bands that we ever had, the phones never stopped ringing. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? What's the name of that band? Why do they spell their band name so weird?
How do you say that?
How do you say that?
We, I mean, you are one of the few that, we tried to feature a lot of this on Fridays and throughout Fridays, but Surphace and a couple of other bands we mentioned are one of the few that hit regular rotation on the radio station really fast.
Yeah, it was good. And so what was it like? I know what it was like for me. What was it like for you hearing your stuff on the radio?
I was pretty ecstatic. I mean, I was working at the bank at the time, and so I had a radio on my desk. And it's, sometimes I could just like feel it in my bones, like, take it up, I'm gonna hear. I mean, you had such a great playlist at Fly, dude. The new Coldplay stuff, 311, the Soul Coughing. I mean, so much really good music. Yeah, it was crazy to me. Like I'd hear 311, then I'd hear Surface song. You know, like oh my god, because I grew up listening to 311 and all that stuff too. Yeah, you had really good. You did have a good ear. Do have a good ear.
I was lucky enough to our boss at the time. We were the last.
Dan.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? We were the last, if not the last, one of the last independently owned radio stations. So he basically told us, "Do what you want. I just want it to play nonstop. I don't care what you play. I just don't want any dead air, Russfactor.
Don't lose the license."
So we would take live phone calls, and we did not have a delay. We would take just anything. We just had carte blanche, and I was the music director, so I would play what on earth I wanted to play. And Surface was getting 100, 150 plays a week after that, so people were getting bombarded with that, and you know they never got sick of it. And then you started having the ability to go play live at some of the places that we were advertising at, like America's Pub and where else, like the Cave. Where was your very first show?
Oh shit, the Cave.
Dude, I don't know what we were doing. I mean, we were playing windmills, you know, out in Surphace on the golf course. I know you. The first few that I remember you getting us was like Club Groove, maybe Port of Wichita. What else was out east? That
Backstage. I remember you guys played at Backstage, that comedy place later down the road.
There was another place out that wasn't Club Groove. I think it was. I don't know. I mean, it'd been name changed a bunch.
It just had to be. I mean, you're like you said, you're sitting at a bank, and then the next thing you know, you're a popular.
It was like an overnight. Yeah,
that's got to be. That's got to be
from being from Norwich, dude. I thought, oh, this is it, bro.
Well, it kind of was, though. I think, and I've said this, and I'll keep shouting it from the mountaintops to whoever will listen to me. You guys are the best kept secret that nobody knows that the entire world should know. Any place I go, anything I do, if I travel somewhere new, I always, hey, what are you listening to? I always talk about you guys, and I've been doing it since that dude.
For 20 years.
For 22 years, that hippie brought me that CD. You know, and I'll continue to. And I don't know. And it's timeless here. So I was lucky enough to sit down with Charlie and record some music acoustically, and it was. I was trying to explain it to my wife, and she doesn't get how, she's not like very music-y, I should say. So like I can remember where I was, what I was doing, what was going on in my life on pretty much any song that I am close to.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun, closer. But I remember that. I remember what I was doing. I remember, going back and when you guys had that for your CD release party for I Dream I Can't at the art gallery. I remember just pretty much everything that was going on there and how big of a deal that was and how cool that was. And, it's just the same way with, like U2 songs and, like you said, 311 songs, anything like that. I can remember what was going on in my life. And it was like when I would listen to your CD, it was like, and still today, it just like reminds me of, I didn't really have many responsibilities. Not that I have a wife and 2 kids, but, it's like back then I had absolutely zero responsibility. I had to make sure I had a morning show going. I had to make sure that all the music was playing, and I had to go broadcast live every single night but one for like 3 years. And it was probably some of the best time of my life. And I can just remember that. And it has to be similar for you. You've had a little bit of you've kind of gone through a lot of things since then. What have you been doing since then? Because let's see, I Dream I Can't came out in 2010, so that was 14 years ago. You had the self-titled Surface, that was in 2002. You had Escape, or the New York City Sessions, an EP that has 4 or 5 songs. You had Escapism in 2008, and then you released a full I Dream I Can't in 2010. So, and since then, we'd always look forward to, you'd see a couple posts here, a couple posts there. Hey, we're going to be playing at the Shamrock, or we're going to be doing this. Do you miss going and playing live shows? And I know that you said in your head you've got all these songs that need to come out. When are those going to? When are these coming out?
Good Lord.
That's like 9 questions, see?
I know, shit. What a loser. I'll start with, you have music that's inside of you, and tell the world the good news about this music that is you're going to sit down.
Dude, I don't have like a whole plethora. I mean, I can probably put, a new album's worth of stuff out. But dude, yeah, it's been, what was that? 2011. Yeah, I Dream I Can't. It's been a wee bit.
Yeah.
I fell into drugs and alcohol big time, and just I didn't love playing live compared to being in the studio. Anyway, and it when we blew up like we did when I was 20 and around there, I don't know. I just really didn't know how to take a lot of things and let some of my vices, get the better of me, and then kind of wanted to escape all. I mean, I was just running from responsibility. I didn't really have a plan for any of that, and really nobody holding me accountable of anything either. So I don't know. I just kind of lost my art, and let it get away from me. So yeah, I got sober here, 7-8 months ago from a 20-year battle with alcoholism, basically. And I don't know. I finally put these albums out online, which I'd been wanting to do for a long time, and some new opportunities have kind of just popped up and presented themselves. So I'm really just kind of playing catch up. I don't know, something in the back of my mind needed to get all this old stuff out to a bigger, massive audience.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've got a bunch of songs that never got recorded, and like I said, I've got stuff that can be worked on and put down, and so I'm just trying to take advantage of. I mean, like you and Russ coming and putting me on the pod, dude. I didn't know what was going to happen with any of this. I basically was just like wanted to put this stuff out, get it out there again, and see what happened.
That's kind of what I told Corey too. I know he's not on Facebook as much as me, but we were talking about getting you on weeks ago at this point, and I'm like, have you seen? He's like posting his old shit to Spotify and everything, like, and people are like, hey, what's this mean? So I definitely
I don't
saw
even
you.
know. Yeah, I don't even know what it means either. I basically was like, yeah, I wanted to get it out there and just see what it means, and so we're kind of in the beginnings of seeing what that means. You know, I talked to the guys last night. I haven't talked to Travis and Archie and Clayton in several years. I mean, about music stuff, and I think everybody's down to do something. But like I said, we don't really know what that would be. But yeah, I think everybody's on board. And yeah, I'm just kind of grateful that, man. Sorry, I'm just grateful that yeah, there's some people still interested in, and I'm not trying to pull all this stuff from the past back like it's, you know, the only thing I have going, but I realize that there's a lot of people that appreciated it, and for it to have a new life, I guess now being way more widely accessible, it's pretty nostalgic, I think, to a lot of people that had the album, you know, 20 years ago that I went to high school with, or, you know, I was hanging out in Cheney and Garden Plain and all those places, and had a lot of friends out there, and I'd heard from a lot of those people. I mean, you know, everybody's got kids, and I mean, we're all
oh yeah, everybody's life's changed.
So it's a crazy thing. You know, I have heard from several people that their kids are playing it.
Damn.
So that's cool.
That is cool. It's just,
yeah, and I think, you know, like you guys were talking about how you were playing Shaft and King Me and all that stuff. I mean, the funny thing is, we all recorded it at Anybody Listening with Jim Ismert. He recorded all those. I mean, so that he, you know, that was one of the better recording studios in town at the time. I think he was telling me, or it was Corey or somebody, was like, God, what, you know, all these CDs that you were playing, like, where's everybody getting these recorded? I was like, oh, they're all Anybody Listening.
all the good ones were from that place.
Yeah, that really benefited us for airplay.
And that was just Jarrett's doing, my buddy that found out about that studio, and we just went in there not knowing anything really, and got lucky with Jim. I don't know if I answered your question at all.
No, you did. I and that was going to be another. You actually answered one of the follow-up questions that I was going to ask you is, how does it feel? You said kind of getting all this stuff out from the past. You obviously don't want to relive and can't relive, but it's got to, you know, it's got to be a little bit scary, a little bit. I think I don't even know what the word would be. Just kind of a relief to kind of get it back out again. And okay, that's cool. Now we've done that, and now I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think any artist wants their stuff in the present, whatever they're doing, to be accepted and be kind of the main focus. But you know, I totally understand that it's not really about me anymore, and especially with this stuff being that had a lot of fans that it did. You know, I don't even know how big of a influence or how many people we reached with physical CDs and stuff. I mean, I know The Fly was reaching a ton of people, and so, but I really don't know what kind of reach we got. I wasn't paying attention to the fans or any of the analytics or, you know, anything going on back then. I was trying to drink myself out of the picture because I couldn't handle the people or whatever, you know, and the crowds and whatever, you know. I'm a pretty, I can be shy and silent and wallflower-ish. I can be the opposite too, but yeah, so I'm just, like I said, grateful that people are still interested, or you know, it takes them back to those times. That was, dude, that summer that album came out was maybe the best summer of my life, for a lot of reasons. But yeah, dude, we had a great thing going there for a minute. I kind of fucked it all up.
I don't, you know, everything goes, you know, it's that dumb cliche that everything happens for a reason, but it you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same, and that keeps ringing true. You know, there's a reason that you are in the place in the life where you are currently, and you're just, you know, it's kind of like just, I keep hearkening back to, you know, just kind of releasing that and getting, you know, it's got to have some sort of symbolism that I'm not smart enough to think about, but or come up with, but it's got to have something. It's got to be just some sort of like relief. You know, there was some with all of those super huge times and moments in your life, and then to end up where you did when like I said, when I last saw you, you are a completely different person today sitting here than the last time I saw you. And I believe that I mentioned it to Russ that I saw you down at a show and I was very concerned, you know, and it was, I'm happy where you're at right now. And you've got to feel fantastic. It's just a struggle though. And I'm lucky enough that I've never had any of that things in my life. I'm lucky. I'm a very lucky person, and one of the lucky things is that I've never had any of that. And it's just it's for the folks that I know that have. Some of them are no longer here, and then some of them are, and they're in a better place for it. So, you know, the thing about it is you have to know that there's thousands of people out there that care about you and are happy that you're in the place that you're at right now, and it's really, really good to see.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to fathom, and something that I don't really like to think about either. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really tell you what was going on with me. I had a bunch of demons, and just in pain for some reason or another, or you know, or just had low self-esteem, or you know, whatever. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I was even thinking about the lyrics for a lot of this stuff, or you know, 15 Minutes, that was such a huge hit for us, is really one of the only positive like party songs that I think that I've written. You know, I mean, I was trying to think about some other tunes, and there might be some other ones, but I think, yeah, a lot of the stuff that I wrote, and I typically don't even remember writing lyrics because I don't know. I think I'm just in a zone or something, and a lot of that comes out of the sky, you know, from God or whatever you want to do. And
what's wrong with me? Am I too shy? Do I have too much pride? Suck it. Because it's she stolen my heart, tore me apart without knowing. Come closer, come closer. You know I'm blind. Stay with me. felt it so no more be called lonely no more. Now I see the sun when I look through your eyes into your soul. Come closer, get closer. You lure, I'm by, stay with me. Closer, closer, go closer, get closer.
And so I don't know how a lot of it gets written. I'm really ecstatic when it does, and sometimes takes a while for me to appreciate the lyrics and stuff. But
quickly, sidebar really fast.
I don't know where I was going with that either.
I'm going to go back to the lyrics, but there's got to be some just huge pressure on you to pump out more songs, especially after you had overwhelming success locally, regionally, with that first album. Was there like, do you think maybe, you know, not to get like all weird and analyze that shit, but do you think that was, oh my God, I can't put out a shit song, or I can't put out this isn't, my next songs that I put out isn't Closer or 15 Minutes or that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we went to New York and did the NYC session pretty quick. I mean, it was in 04, but it felt like it was almost right after the self-titled album, and it was quite a bit different than the stuff that you'd heard on the self-titled album. And I mean, I had all that material at the same time that I wrote all the stuff on that first album. We just had a different engineer and producer, obviously. In New York is Jarrett's uncle, but I mean, I love all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, the pressure for new stuff, I don't even really remember getting or feeling from anybody. I mean, I think probably because I was doing whatever the hell I wanted to do anyway, and nobody was really going to tell me one way or another. But I just don't even think that really happened. We were completely alone as far as, you know, industry people, or it wasn't like I got set down in a corner and be like, no, where's the new shit?
Yeah.
You know, I think, because I mean, I don't even know what year it was. Like I told you, you know, I quit my own band twice. And I think it was just, you know, going out every weekend and playing shows and stuff. For me, it was more mind-racking and anxiety-ridden than it was fun, I think, for me. And I just had to kind of drink myself into a stupor to deal with it anyway. And I kind of was like, dude, you just can't, this can't last. This can't last.
This can't. I think that.
So I kind of, yeah, probably threw up excuses or whatever while I was moving to Florida or whatever, wherever I was going. I mean, I think people heard all kinds of different things. They thought I'd left to LA or back to New York. I don't know. I mean,
you
I
were
was
here
like,
for a while. We met up.
Rumors. Yeah, Arizona. Let the rumors fly. Yeah, and total confusion is better than, just let them think I'm doing this, that, and the other. I don't know what was going on. I mean, I was in a drunken, stoned haze there for a long time, and I couldn't tell you. I mean, the last time we did this podcast, you were saying how I stayed at your house for a week or something. Or,
yeah, you did stay. You stayed there for a while because I was gravely concerned about you then, and you were in between. I don't know what you were in between, but you were going through something.
Yeah, that's
and
so
you kind of
crazy.
looked at me, and I was like, "You can stay here as long as you need. Do what you need." And I'm here for you.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
I've always said, because I remember telling you that years after it went by, and you're like, I've never stayed at your house. And I was like, actually, you did for about a week and a half.
Dude, yeah.
I
was trying to sleep and drink and smoke myself, I think, into non-existence, I guess. I mean, and I don't know, man. Sorry. Thank you.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. I've always
sorry and thank you.
No, never. You never ever. The thing about you is I've seen you at your lowest and I've seen you at your highest, and I've known you for 24 or 5 years, and I've always had like this. I don't know, just like this soft spot to like, man, I gotta do whatever I can to help him achieve his goals or do whatever. But at the same time, I've always worried about, even like this, is this going to stir up stuff to, I mean, I don't know. And again, I've always said that you're the best kept secret of any musician ever. And the reason I think you did not become world famous like I believe you should is you may not have been ready for it, and you may not be here if that was the case.
Yeah, and I think that a lot too. I would have. Yeah, I wouldn't be here. Probably.
Yeah, it's just it's weird to think about, and who cares?
Might have been the better way to go out, though.
No, don't say that. No,
I'm kidding.
Don't say that. I think I'm kidding. I going back and seeing all of your music and the things, to go back to the lyrics, I think that Flaws from the New York City sessions is quite possibly one of my favorite songs.
Do you see who I am? Do you notice my so-called flaws? Do they bother you? There's nothing that bothers me about you. You know how long it's been. You know how long I've had this letter. 'Cause all I want is to win with your heart and make it better. You're so perfect, perfect for me. I can't express how much I need you. But even still, I feel like you're slipping away. I don't think you show true feelings from day to day. Love, I'm not the only one that gets confused all the time, and I won't lose out until the second you're mine. Yeah. You're so perfect, perfect for me. I can't express how much I need you.
It's you know, it just talks about my interpretation is you have these flaws, or whoever you're trying to impress thinks they have these flaws, but to you or them they are perfect. So it's interesting. I enjoy that. The other song that I am madly in love with is off the first one, and it is probably, I wouldn't say like your most experimental, but you're lyrically you're experimental. It's the Magic Polly Bat Dragon Shore Girl, and I've talked to you about this one in depth.
Have we gone deep?
And I was just asking, you know, like you know, no pun intended, the surface, scratching the surface. It's based on a
Little old lady
that you were instant messaging, is what you told me years ago, and she talks about how the
What's up, Lindsay?
oh, there's the name. Okay. It's just it's interesting about you know, just the lyrics in there, you know, talking about the crazy dreams that she was having, and
yeah, she was a hoot. Yeah, we just had great, hilarious, solid combos on what were we, MSN,
AOL Instant Messenger, something like that.
AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. I can't remember what you told me.
It wasn't AOL. It was, I think it was it
Yahoo Chat. I don't know.
I don't know, whatever was going on, but yeah, I mean, just another chick from Cheney, that all these people that I got to meet there, and yeah, just she had a very wild imagination, and we just fed off each other really good. And yeah, I don't even know. I don't think I set out to like, hey, I'm gonna write this, or maybe I did. I'm gonna write this about Pete Lindsay, but I don't know. Yeah, it got pretty creative.
Why don't we give it a listen right now? This is the Magic Polly Bat Dragon Shore Girl. So again, that's the Magic Polly Bat Dragon Shore Girl, and you can find all of Charlie and his band Surphace. That's Surphace on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on any Tidal, any music streaming service that you have. You can find them, and again, it's Surphace. That's his band. And now, some of my other favorite things. That you have put out fairly recently is basically your stuff. Charlie Max Roberts, or Charlie Roberts is whatever you're going by. And some of those songs have become my favorite. And you know, tired of it too. Barb was real tired.
This was the song of the summer last year.
This was. I was singing this all the time.
It's another one of the catchy
it is.
Bangers.
It
catchy
is
country banger.
It's country as I like to get or admit. And you were telling me that this was about an old guy who was married to Barb, and he was just tired of it.
It was a line that she said to him, and then he said it back to her. I mean, this is a story from family member. A nephew of Barb's that was telling me about what's going on. I mean, it was just like a rolling joke, or not a joke. I mean, it was just a funny situation.
Did Barb?
I'm tired of it.
Did Barb ever get to hear this song? What you think?
I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, it was great inspiration. And this is one of those that just wrote itself like 5 minutes or something. And I was like, I got a masterpiece here, dude.
It is.
Like, thank you, Jesus. Yeah.
I'm tired of it. And then I can just hear him going, I'm tired of it too, Barb.
That's exactly what happened.
The other one on that is Coke and Burb. And you kind of, it's this...
Pretty much an autobiography.
I was just going to say, is it just a true story about you?
Yeah, I mean, this, I don't know, basically sums up my life there to that point, or maybe. Yeah.
How long ago was this written? When was like
hard to say.
10 years ago? Like when did you record these? Like 8 years ago or 9 years ago?
I'd have to ask Carrie.
Because I remember you came out with them on SoundCloud or something. You shared the link with me on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Dude, I bet it was 10 plus years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just
and they just kind of I'd put some on some CDs and gave some CDs to some people. And then maybe had some files on my phone that I emailed. I don't remember. Yeah, but it didn't really see light of day. Some people that would go to my solo shows off and on throughout those years, got to know Barb, the song, and this stuff a little more. But that's the stuff I really wanted to get out.
Yeah, I do.
Online.
I do remember seeing you play Barb and this at Shamrock when you used to go do kind of those open mic.
Yeah, Shamrock, Artichoke.
Or Artichoke, sorry, not the Shamrock. The Shamrock's where I saw the band. You guys play the last time. It's the Artichokes where you
more solo stuff at Artichoke. Yeah,
that's good. And I was asking you a little bit. What are you listening to now? What?
Dude, I'm all over the place. It's like everybody, I think. Big Bill Murray, though.
Yeah, he sent me this. I'm gonna have to share this with you, Russ. It's actually pretty good. It's really good.
Yeah, I was riding with coworker, I don't know, a couple years ago. Man, it's been a couple years already. Dude, time is flying away.
Oh, you're telling
But
me.
yeah, riding with this dude, and he showed me Bill Murray, Sleep Token, Witches. I remember those three all in one day, and I mean, still to this day. I mean, it's been a couple of years, but yeah, massive fans of all those three groups. But yeah, Bill Murray is kind of what sparked the fire under me again to maybe to try and get Surface going again, because it was a really similar story. The guy, the singer, guitar player, I mean, basically he is Bill Murray, Johnny Frank. Yeah, it was kind of like the same story. I think he was in Attack back early 2000s. This other kind of emo hardcore. I don't really know. I don't know their stuff that well, but he left the band for one reason or another and started up Bill Murray doing stuff. I think he was doing everything by himself.
Wow.
And I don't know, the lyrics. I really like the stuff, I think, that came out around pandemic. So 2020, 2022, that area. I mean, he was putting out a ton of material though, ever since like 2012 or 2016 maybe was. I mean, he was just writing Fool, and I don't know, maybe using drum machines for some stuff, whatever. But I fell in love with his songs, and then just the production quality. I was starting to notice, like, why do I like listening to this music so much? And the big part of it was Will Carlson, when he got Will to start mixing his stuff. I don't know. He just kind of figured out some new techniques, or maybe not new. Probably been known for a while, but all this new technology is coming out all the time, and I don't know. He goes on his Instagram and shows everybody what he's doing now. So
yeah, it's cool.
Kind of out of the bag, but
I was looking at, and he actually has plugins that you can buy for Pro Tools that he's kind of bundled together.
Yeah, and I think they even, I think you can buy Johnny Frank's like guitar tone.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And I don't know, it sounded really good, and it put me in a good mood. So my first trip to rehab, I just was really influenced by Bill Murray. Because he'd written some pretty, lowly lyric stuff in the past, and you could kind of tell he had been on a positive kick. And so I don't know, it just kind of stuck with me throughout the month I was there at Bel Air, and I don't know, I just kept, I wasn't getting tired of the music, and so yeah, Bill Murray's a big inspiration, at least right now. I mean, dude, but all over the place. I don't even know how to. Great stuff's coming out all the time. FKA Twigs just came out with Eusexua, that single. I'm really excited for that album. But dude, I mean, I'm listening. I'm getting into like country stuff.
Oh no! Don't do that.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
No, I get it. But it seems like everybody's putting out a country album too. Post Malone just put out I think it's a pretty great country album.
I saw Posty.
I think Lana Del Rey's gonna do that.
I was scared. I went to see him for the first time down in Phoenix, and I was really scared he was going to sing the country songs, but he didn't. He sang the hits.
Corey loves Post Malone, but he's like, I'm not gonna go see his country song, and I'm like, what if he take it for free? He was like, nah.
Still, I'll give him to you.
No, I get it. Well, he's one of those dudes that can really do anything he wants.
He can.
Oh yeah,
he can rap. He can make a pop song, do country. I mean, he's got it.
Very talented.
The music he got famous making is not the music he's making now, and that.
No, he's not White Iverson.
No, I mean that just shows you how versatile of an artist he is. I mean, he's pretty amazing.
Did you play pretty much every instrument, but when you recorded your self-titled album, did you do all the instruments?
Yeah.
So you drums, bass, guitar, obviously sang.
Yeah, that one NYC session was the same thing. Jeff Gordon, the engineer,
Not the racer.
Uncle John. No, John. Yeah, no, it's not Jeff. It's John.
Zing.
John Gordon. Good call.
Thank you.
John Gordon played some slide, and I don't know. He added some magic there. But yeah,
What's your favorite instrument to play?
I like them. I like them all. You know that you get your own fill of. I mean, yeah, I love playing the drums.
I was going to say you're a very good drummer. It's weird because everybody knows you as a guitar player, singer, but you're a very good drummer.
I was.
Are you self-taught?
Yes and no. I mean, when we had the setup, the band setup in the basement, you know, I had everything at my disposal, so I could go down there. And I think what got me so good on the drums was I'd go down there and listen to all the CDs I was listening to, Slipknot, 311, Third Eye Blind, Sublime, yeah, and get really good at copying all those drum parts. But yeah, I played drums in marching band and whatever, 5th grade to 12th grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played drums.
It's interesting.
You wore a little get
that's
up
like
too.
really the only sheet music that I can read is drums. I probably couldn't do it now, but yeah, I never learned how to read guitar tab or anything. I had an ear for it, so I could listen to it and figure it out. I was lucky there. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could play the piano, but yeah, guitar, bass, drums.
A lot of your songs are in drop D. Is that your favorite tuning?
Nah, I was listening to a lot of music that was tuned there. Silverchair and
I was just gonna say,
dude, all the I guess some Nirvana stuff, the Green Day,
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, but I mean they also have a lot of stuff in standard too. But I mean, yeah, and then Deftones and Seven Dust to getting even into the lower tunings, drop C and drop A. That's when I figured out, you have to get a baritone guitar. I mean, I don't need to, but I did a lot of searching and trying to figure out how are they getting this low. And I mean, back in early 2000s in Wichita anyway, like I had to custom order some fat, heavy strings to get that low stuff. And yeah, you can hear some of that on that album even before the self-titled. I named it Alpha. That original. I don't know. That is. It didn't have a album title, so
you just named it Alpha. Yeah, that's also available on Spotify. Again, you can find all of Charlie's stuff, Surphace, on Spotify. There's some demos that you put up, 12 of them actually. Escapism, NYC Sessions, Self-Titled, and Alpha, which those are old. Like those are what, 2000, 1999-ish?
Summer of my 16.
Damn.
It's interesting to see.
I was in my basement figuring out, pretty poor production quality there.
It's cool
obviously.
though.
But yeah, I mean, I still am pretty impressed with some of those songs. I mean, a majority of them, I think, and I would almost like to revisit some of that stuff too and see how we could make it sound.
It's really cool. It's really again, it's just been for me, and I'm not just like saying this, it was life-changing for me, and I can't imagine what it was for you. I can't imagine, like you said, the pressure and all of those things that you had to deal with. And, it's like, sorry.
We were just sitting here enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't even think I gave anybody the option to to dictate much of what was going. I think I was probably like, "See ya," I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I wanted out of whatever I thought I was getting myself into, and kind of just, I'm going away for a while. I don't know where I'm going or how long it's going to be. So
yeah, that's the thing is I was wanting to get you as much exposure, and at the same time you were like, stop.
Where's the beer and the women?
Stop. Please stop playing my album. I don't want to have to do any shows. I hate doing shows. Please stop. So
did you get that? I don't.
No, I'm getting that now. I never thought that. Like I said, you out of, I've seen you super drunk and super whatever. And the thing about you're always kind. There's assholes that are assholes. And then there's people that get really, really drunk and that are huge assholes. And then there's you who was doing whatever, but you were always super kind to everybody. I have never, ever heard you ever say anything bad about anybody. And it's interesting. You're just a kind person, which there's
interesting.
There's not many people. You are. There's not very many people that are like you that in the world, and you, if like I said, probably have trapped all this in your entire. One day you're going to wake up and just tell everybody what you think, and it's just you've probably just kept it in. But it's just you always have a great attitude, no matter what. Because like I knew you were kind of an introvert and didn't like crowds and had to probably drink a little bit more than somebody else to get in front on stage because. Nerves or whatever, but it was, it was never anything that I've ever asked you to do. Yeah, we'll try it. Yeah. Hey, can I come over to your house and record? Yeah, come over. Or do you want to come over to my house? Sure, come over. It's just never been most people are not like you, which is, it's good. The world needs more people of you in it. And, with your music talent is like Russ is probably fucking sick of me texting him going, I cannot believe how good this stuff is. I cannot.
No, I'm not. I mean, he sent that to me. I texted Charlie too. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I shared some of the things that we're playing, and I'm teaching myself how to be a mixer, and I've noticed that I'm terrible at it, and
me too.
I'm just bad. So
live and learn, baby.
Yeah.
I've watched countless hours of YouTube on how to use GarageBand and make. I think I'm finally at a point where I've learned that less is more, less reverb, less of whatever is more. And you want to let the music shine, which it does. And hopefully you can have some songs professionally recorded and mixed here soon. And that's kind of what you've got coming up. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Or you were talking about maybe putting something out to the people? What songs would you want to hear on an acoustic album, or what are your thoughts? Not to obviously speak for you, but what are your thoughts of your future?
I hadn't even thought about doing that. I think the feedback I got from you when we recorded that stuff, the other day, I'm basically game for whatever, and I know that you're one of the biggest fans that I have. And dude, it is like if you think you would that would be a good thing to happen, then I trust that, I'm like I said, dude, I'm just grateful to I mean, my mind on all this stuff has been in a change, you know, I'm just pretty happy and grateful to be alive, honestly. And I'm not really, my ego and my pride have messed with me for a long time. And I think I'm starting to get a hold of that stuff and just not freak out as much about everything or over analyze or overthink, you know, what's going on with the music or how it should be and how it's not getting there or this, that, and the other. And I mean, just the fact that you think I should do an acoustic album of stuff, then I'm like, well, let's do it. I mean, what's holding me back from it? I do feel blessed that I have this talent, and I think I've taken advantage of it for far too long, or have just not paid it any mind, or try to run from it, whatever. I mean, you as much as anybody kind of know what I've been doing or not been doing for so long, and yeah, I'm just trying to kind of pay it back or forward or whatever to the universe, really. And so if we can make, I say we, I mean, if I can make some stuff that people are interested in, whether it's new or old, I really don't care. And I think the time is maybe right. Do something like that. So yeah, man.
I believe in it so much that it should happen, that I'm and I've told you I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, and if nothing else,
yeah, and I see a lot of artists, or maybe I've seen a lot of people, or even in the past, do the GoFundMe stuff, and I mean, to me, for a long time, that was hard for me to understand, or to maybe be like, take money from people to get to get funds to go in the studio. But if these people want and love your material, your music, your art so much, that I mean, if that's a thing that they are like, no, dude, I really want to help you in whatever way I can to get more stuff out. And it's gotten a lot easier in the recent past of technology, getting, microphones being so much whatever, dude. I say microphone. I mean, everything's gotten better and cheaper and, easier to get a hold of and make quality sounding recordings and stuff. So yeah, I'm just kind of game for whatever that means. I could record all of this stuff acoustic or none of it or whatever. I mean, I don't think it needs to really start and stop with an acoustic album.
I don't think it needs to stop with it.
Start recording,
see where it
songs
goes,
and however they end up. I mean, yeah, because I get in the studio and start getting creative and funky and wacky and wild with all that stuff. That's like my natural habitat, where I feel the most comfortable, I think, is just experimenting and seeing how crazy we can get stuff to sound.
I think that you should just first off do what you want to do. Do what you feel would be fun, and the most importantly, fun to you, and not like, oh God, I can't. Some of those people are like that have like one hit, like I don't know, whoever. I cannot play this song one more time. I can't.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be. The thing about it is you're in such a, I think, the best spot in your life, and I don't want you to, I don't know, kind of go back to where you were. And if this would cause that, maybe it's just supposed to be in your head.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I'm in, the best mental place I've been in maybe ever. And I think I've gotten, another chance here to do some stuff. And I just say, let the people, I mean, dude, because I could put out this, that, or the other, hoping or wanting it to be likable or whatever. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me, and it's really not up to me either. I think I should just go in and try and lay down as much material as I can while I have the chance, and then let the universe decide what it wants to hear.
Day I walked in the door, bloody and crying. I don't know why I started it. I found myself dying once again. Stupid action calls for a stupid consequence. Now things will never be safe for me. Low down, dirty liar, loser, in crowd, beggars, cannot be choosers, alone, worthless in a world that is to blame. Or is it just the way the kids are becoming? Heading back to school, next day is a joke. No one knows where I've already been. What I give to see them in my shoes for a day. See how they make it through. Low down, dirty liar, loser, in crowd, beggars, cannot be choosers, alone, worthless in a world that is to blame. Or is it just the way the kids are becoming? Leave me alone, don't bother me. I am my own, just let me be. Leave me alone. Bother me. I am my own.
can't I becoming?
Yeah, sweet.
Because I mean,
were you surprised by what people's favorite songs were on recorded songs? Oh, did you go like when you had that first? I basically decided that Closer was probably the most radio friendly situation. 15 minutes was great.
We probably did too. That's probably why we
put it first.
Set the track listing like we did. But I mean, that was a lot of Jarrett too. I mean, he had a big say in all that. And I mean, he was a massive help. I mean, none of this stuff would have probably ever started without Jarrett Ross, honestly. So thank you, dude, wherever you are. But yeah, I mean, I think I knew. I mean, honestly, because I'd been writing songs since I think I wrote Dear Nancy or something when I was 11 or 12. So, by 18, I had a bunch of stuff but I was pretty confident in all of my songs. For some reason, I think from listening to all this great music my whole life, and then playing so much cover material that I liked a lot. It's like when Hunter Thompson was typing out Ernest Hemingway, novel and stuff. He got like the feel of how Ernest Hemingway wrote, and so that transferred onto Hunter's stuff. I mean, I kind of feel like that's what happened with me. I was listening and playing so many what I thought were good songs, and then so whatever I was writing on my own then would have that kind of characteristic in them. So I thought, I think I thought everything I was writing was a good song, or I wouldn't have made it. I mean, why write a shitty song? And I don't know. I mean, I have stuff that, I have songs, a ton of them. I'm sure that didn't maybe end up like I thought they were going to be, or, I didn't end up liking as much as some others, but yeah, most of the stuff, I mean, I set out to write a good song always.
It's got to be very strange to, go to a show and start playing a song and having people sing these like so personal lyrics to you back. It's got to be weird seeing people sing what you wrote.
I think I blocked all that out anyway. I mean, most of the time I was playing live, my eyes were closed because I don't know. I didn't really connect with the crowd that much. I don't think I wanted to. I don't know or if it was just my shyness or whatever. It was just always a weird deal. And I think I notice it a lot more now, like with these artists, the big artists that I see, like, everybody that goes to every show now is always singing all of the lyrics to everyone's song. Yeah. To me, it's kind of annoying. I mean, it's like, why is she even, it was like the Beatles, when the Beatles got the hype, and I guess the girls weren't singing their songs, but they're just screaming so loud. I was like, what are we even doing here?
Well, trust me, they were singing your lyrics as loud as they could at your shows.
Yeah, you see, and you would know that, and I wouldn't, because I really wasn't paying attention. I couldn't care less. I mean, I'm glad, and that's awesome that was going on. I don't think I realized that was a thing. I thought I was a mumbler. I mean, I know I'm a mumbler. Especially back then, but I really didn't have any idea that they were singing my lyrics. I don't think, dude. I mean, when you're on stage, you can't. I don't know. I mean, I had my monitor pretty hot so I could hear my guitar and my vocals, so I can feel my stuff to get into it. Yeah, I could care less what's going on in the crowd, honestly.
That's interesting. And like you said, it's so super annoying going to shows now where, you know, and every once in a while I'm guilty of it too with like phones and stuff. It's just, I keep telling the social media is fantastic, but it's ruined our world.
Yeah,
I think
one of the biggest shows we saw recently is, of course, the U2 at the Sphere, and standing on the ground.
Were you there?
1,000 of these right in front of you. You're just like dodging phones to see the band at this point.
Yeah, I not only
I'm surprised they didn't bag everybody's phones.
No, they kind of wanted it to go out, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They wouldn't really want you live streaming, so you couldn't really live stream. But yeah,
how did they control that?
They like monitor it, and they'd go find people in
one
the
of the
crowd.
Dudes that he went with.
One of the dudes that I was with.
They came and found him in there. They came and pulled him out to the side and said, "Hey, just turn that off, please."
Yeah, you can go back to the show. Just stop live streaming.
Wow.
Yeah, I not only went, I went 5 times.
But you could take video or pictures.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
They'd have to. It seems like they'd have to have an eagle eye to be like, no, he's live streaming there. That's not.
I think they scanned social media to make sure people were not live streaming.
Okay.
But they let them. You could take your phone in and you could do whatever you want with it. You couldn't have any professional video or professional mics, but you could take pretty much anything else in there.
Yep.
Interesting.
And it was amazing.
How many people does that hold?
16 to 18,000, I think.
18,000 maybe.
Yeah.
And I saw him 5 times. So I saw him 3 times on the general admission floor, 1 time on the 200, and 1 time on the 300 level.
Oh, you saw him 5 times at the
in Vegas. Yeah, at the Sphere.
I went twice.
I know, I'm weird.
Was that all in one?
No. It was
so they've been there multiple times.
They had a residency there, so they played they played 40 shows. So I saw the second or third show.
Yep.
I was supposed to go to the first, but I didn't get tickets for it. Saw the second or third show, and then I saw the last show. And it was amazing. It was
aren't they you're pretty much number 1?
Yeah. They're number 1 and Surface is number 2.
I think you need to get your priorities straight.
Oh no, man! I go through moods though. I'll not listen to them for a while, and then I'll listen. I'll skip through. I'll find like something's on my iPhone, and then it was like a couple years ago I stumbled upon all of your stuff. I think it might have been when I was moving here. I found all your CDs and stuff, and went back through that rabbit trail for 6 or 8 months, and and now it's weird how it just comes back into my life. And Russ texted me. He's like, "Hey man, I was listening to it again, but just by chance, I didn't know that you guys were on Spotify or whatever." And Russ goes, "Hey man, have you been checking? Charlie's been posting some stuff." And I was like, "No, I don't have Facebook." And then I saw it on whatever else she had, and I was like, Instagram. I was like, yeah, buddy.
Here we go.
Here we go. Well, Charlie, I appreciate you coming in, and we've got this whole band thing that we're trying to fire back up with the podcast, and we've got Charlie kicked it off, and we've got I think 3 or 4 folks coming up here soon, but they're not local, so they're going to be sending us music. So hopefully you enjoyed Charlie's music. I know you're going to. It's Surface, Surphace, on all platforms, and then Charlie Roberts can be found also. So, man, I appreciate all of the good music you have given this world. And will continue to give this world moving forward. And I'm very happy that I'm your bud.
Yeah, man. We wouldn't have got anywhere without the help that you gave us.
You would have. I just was the first.
I'm happy that we found each other, man. I appreciate everything you've done for me over the years, dude. massive love to you, my friend.
Well, I appreciate it. Russfactor, any final thoughts for Charlie?
Well, while we can't give you 150 plays a week because we don't run a radio station anymore, I'm hoping we can send like 150 people to Spotify to check it out.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, follow Charlie. Save the albums to your library.
Yeah.
If you whatever you've got, that really helps the artist out by doing that. It's
My .002.
I was going to say that's your .0000000
Get another couple shekels, you know?
999.
of a penny. But yeah, anything helps. And I'm excited to see what your future holds, bud. And I'm very,
too.
very, very happy that the place you're in. And I'm not just saying that. You know that I mean that. And it's pumped. I'm excited.
Me too, man.
All right. Be sure to check out Surface, Surphace, on all of your platforms. Episode 5 didn't include Fleshy P, but
Gave him the week off.
We gave him the week off. He was working. So be sure to like all of our stuff, too. Slotmaster316 on all platforms. And Russfactor Show. Russ, I don't think this one's going to be topped.
I got a low taper fade. That's pretty cool. Maybe that doesn't top it, though.
Oh, hold on. Let me see that again. Let me see that little. You did Russfactor, a little low tape. What if Russfactor got a low taper
This is
fade?
honestly the first time in my life I've ever done anything with my hair. I tell my barber when I got it today, I go, this is like, I just got my hair cut like 6 weeks ago. I go, this is the closest I've ever had a second haircut. I'm maybe one haircut a year. And it's like, just shorten it. So
Do a little something special there, Barbara.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you,
Love you,
everybody.
Thank you, Charlie. Love you too, pal.
Thanks, bro.
See ya.